I like justification for lighting in a shot. I think it adds a kind of realism. And I'm not necessarily saying naturalism, because I think I've done some films that don't necessarily look very naturalistic, but I hope you kind of believe the lighting is real. You know, you believe the world that has been created in terms of the way the light works in that space. So I've always been a kind of a minimalist, I suppose. Practical light sources, people usually refer to the idea that you're not using film lights. Or if you are, you're augmenting something that exists rather than creating something from scratch. Any light source that looks like it's light in the set, I guess, is a practical light. I mean, you could say it was table lights or, tungsten lights or fluorescent lights. You could also say daylight is a practical light source.
What are you Jimmy staring at? Back to work! Let's go, work!
On one hand, I'd say, well, I use a lot of practical light sources, but usually they're ones of my own design, or myself and the production designer. I've always been that way because where I came from, which was kind of film school at the start, and then low-budget filmmaking, and then documentary. So you had to kind of balance the content with the reality of the light sources. You don't ever want to go on a location scout thinking first, primarily, where's the light coming from? That's death.
You guys are dead in the water.
You really want to be feeling, does this work for the feel of the scene? Can you imagine the actors in this space? Can you imagine the blocking?
We could keep it this or we could get a drink.
I'll take the drink.
You think about the space in those terms first. And then the practical thing you can always figure out later. I don't think there's anything worse than going in with this sort of set idea of what it should be, and then it's just like you're doing it like painting by numbers. But it's also, I don't think, creatively interesting. So, it's always a balance between these different aspects.
So you're a professional person?
That's right, miss. Initial here and here.
I like the way a scene looks to be justified by a light source, whether it's a window or a practical, or if it's like Blade Runner, it's just the soft overhead orange sky. Even the caustics in Blade Runner coming off the water, or those funny patterns. I mean, they're wild, but it's real. That's, sunlight hitting water would do that. Obviously, everybody's seen it around the swimming pool. I like within the scene somewhere to see that practical or see the window, to know the justification for the light in the space.
Objection. Speculative.
Sustained.
For me, I always like to see it in shot. The other shots, you can soften it off. You can light close-ups separately, but always with the feeling that the lighting is justified by the natural sources that you've seen. I like it to feel real in the sense that the light is doing something real.
You're free.
One of my peeves is that so often you're taken out of a film.
Chip, 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 chip.
It's not that the lighting is too stylized or anything, it just doesn't feel real. I don't know where that light is coming from. I don't know why it's there.
Are you okay, Danny?
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. What's okay? He's taking drugs.
Come on, stop.
You often see a wonderful blue backlight and you think, well, where's that coming from? It's not like it's wrong, it's just not justified. It's the same as in the old days when they had to light exteriors with brute arcs.
So I'm going to turn the switch on, and we're going to go ahead and strike this guy right now. Beautiful strike. So that's how it burns inside there. That's the flame. Pretty neat, pretty neat.
On a sunny day, they would punch in a brute arc to get in the shadows on someone's face. But then the result is you look at, the cowboy in the Western, and there's the wonderful sunlight doing a shadow of the hat, and then there's another light coming in, lighting in the eyes, but there's a no shadow. So now you've got two shadows.
No!
It just takes me out of the film, and I think all cinematography should just dissolve into the movie somehow. It shouldn't take you out. It shouldn't be something that stands out in any way,
I'm Deakins.